All right, so hey Ashley, hopefully I can answer this and save us both a meeting, and now you have something also to take with you. So let's see if we can get through this. Got a couple of columns, right? We've got our category, we've got the event name, and you can see how event name is pretty big, and so it's kind of hidden back there. So let's go ahead and click this cell in the top left between A, column A, and row 1, and that'll highlight everything. And I'm going to hover over the wall between A and B, column A and column B. I'm going to double click on that. That's going to expand those out for me, right? So now I can see all my data. And what I think you want to do here is you want to sum the total number of people that registered for the live and the total number of people that started the on-demand. So this is like the people who had made a purchase and at least started the course before the sale. So you want to total that here. And what you've already done, if you see how I clicked in the cell E4, and if you look up here, I'm going to go ahead and expand this too, just so it kind of stands out for you. But you see up here your formula bar, right? It already says, hey, you already did it. So you've already done a sum of the two values, or maybe we did this together, I'm not sure. And if I click in there, it highlights and it says, hey, are these the two cells? Yeah, okay, here's the two cells. Sum C4 to D4. So that's already there, and really all you had to do is copy that and paste it in all of the cells that don't have a value. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start that from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and type in 0. Now you can see how we have no formula, right? So if you look up here, top left, it's showing that there's a 0 in there. There's a value in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor in E2. I'm going to say equal because that's what we want to do when we want to write a formula. We're always going to go with equal, and then that tells Google Sheets, hey, he wants to do something or she wants to do something here. And I'm going to say sum because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sum two values. And you see it actually already knows. It's like, hey, I think you just want to sum the two of these. And if you do, all you have to do is click this and it'll be done. So I could have done that, or I could have, let me go back. Right, I'm going to make that 0 again. I'm going to go equals sum, open parentheses. I'm going to click in C2. I'm going to type in colon, and I'm going to click in D2. But you see, again, it's like, hey, I know what you want to do. So as long as you know what to put in there, as long as you can put the formula in there, equals sum, it's pretty much going to do the work for you if it's this obvious. But let's go ahead and finish this out manually. I'm going to go ahead and do D2, and I'm going to close my parentheses because you should always know how to write the formula. And then when I hit enter, there it is. So now it's 83. So 34 plus 49 is 83. And if I want to check my formula, it's up here, right? Up in the upper left-hand corner, which is your formula bar. Or when you click in the cell, it shows it there as well. Now I want to be able to basically drag that down. I want that same formula in all the rest of these cells, so I don't have to type that over again. So I'm going to click in here. I'm going to hover over that little, see that little blue dot there? Hover over that, you get that plus sign. Left click, hold, drag down as far as you want. You can see those lines, those dotted lines. Let go, and there it is. So now you've got your sum. To check that, you click in here, and you can see, right, upper left-hand corner in the formula bar, or if I were to double click in here, then it shows me what my formula is that's hidden back there. So let me give you another tip. These values, column C and column D, I believe are variables. A variable is something that you could change. So what I want to do is I want to encourage you to put something in there. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, a light color green. And then because this is a formula and I really don't want anybody going in there and typing over my formula, and I really don't want to go through the trouble of putting permissions on there and like restricting access, I'm just going to go ahead and click fill color. See that up here in the ribbon? and I'm going to make it gray. I mean, you could make it red, you can make it other colors. For me, it's gray. That's kind of my standard. So green, hey, put stuff in here, no problem. Gray, don't put stuff in there. And then red would be like the nuclear option if I, for some reason, really wanted to tell people do not touch. So that's kind of how to do this in a couple minutes or less. I'm going to go for just one or two more quick tips. If you click in on if you click on row 1 and you wanted to freeze that, so hey, I've got this column, I've got a lot of data, maybe I want to click on that and I want to view freeze up to row 1. Now, right, you can scroll and you'd be able to see a lot more while you maintain those headings. So that would be how you would put freeze panes on there. You would freeze that top row. You could do the same thing for a column, and if you want to hear about that, I can show you that later. And then one more thing that I would show is, and this just makes it look nice, is if you go in and you go alternating colors, and you've got a nicely formatted table like this, so there are no gaps. Every cell has data in it. It's going to know. It's going to be like, hey, oh, you want to format this? Oh, that's cool. And then pick a color, say done, and now that's nicely highlighted. I'm going to go for one more thing. So I'm also a big fan of keeping it tight. Like, I don't want empty cells because people tend to put stuff in empty cells. And so, right, so I'm trying to keep this tight. I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it clean. I'm going to click on G, right? So I clicked on the column G. I'll do H. See how that highlights right there? Then I like to use the Shift key and arrow over. It's going to highlight them all. I'm going to right click on, so right here I'm right clicking on that Q. I'm saying delete columns. Boom. So now there's nothing to the right. Get that? So now I'm keeping it all nice and tight and in my view. You could do the same thing for rows down below. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm guessing you're probably going to want to put more data in there, but you could clean that up as well. So a couple things, right? Hopefully that you learned was select all, hover over the wall, double click on the wall. It will expand so that you can see all of your column headers and all of your data that's in there. If you want to sum, click in there, double click, and that'll show you the formula that's already in there. Or you can look up here to the left, that's your formula bar. We typed in equals sum, and then it actually saw those two other columns and said, hey, you just want me to add this? And you could do that, or you could type it in yourself, right? Equals sum, open parentheses, column, right? The field, so like C2 colon D2 close, and now it knows to sum that. And then hover over the right corner with the blue dot, drag, left click on that, drag that down, that will fill all of those things. If I click in the table itself and I go fill color, alternating colors, right, I can add those. And then notice when I did that, it overwrote the other colors that I put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just, last thing, I'll just go ahead and highlight these. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and make these all green. And I'm going to make this one gray. And I'm good to go. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know and we can talk about it on Wednesday. See ya.